Did you know there's a secret history hidden inside your iPhone? It's all about iOS, Apple's operating system, and it's packed with mind-blowing facts you probably never knew. Let's start with the name. Before it was iOS, it was called iPhone OS. Simple, right? But here is the twist. The name iOS was already owned by Cisco for their Internet operating systems. Apple had to license the name from them in 2010. Imagine the negotiations for that. Now let's talk about the original iPhone. When Steve Jobs introduced it in 2007, it didn't have an app store. Can you believe that? The whole concept of downloading third-party apps wasn't part of the initial plan. Jobs initially pushed for web apps, which were basically fancy website shortcuts. It was only after huge demand from developers and users that Apple launched the App Store a year later with iPhone OS 2. It started with just 500 apps. Today, there are millions. That decision completely changed how we use our phones. Here's another fascinating detail. Skeuomorphism. Remember the old iOS design? The Notes app looked like a real yellow legal pad, the bookshelf in iBooks had a wooden texture, and the camera app icon featured a realistic lens. This design philosophy, championed by Scott Forstall, was meant to make the new digital interface feel familiar and intuitive. It was like holding a digital version of a real-world object. But with iOS 7, Apple completely changed direction. Under Jony Ive, they introduced the flat, minimalist design we know today, signaling that users were now comfortable enough with touchscreens to not need those real-world cues anymore. It was a huge and controversial shift. Ever wondered why the time in almost every Apple ad is 9:41 a.m.? It's not random. When Steve Jobs unveiled the very first iPhone in 2007, the big reveal happened at 9:42 a.m. For a while, Apple used that time. Later, they refined their keynote presentations to have the major product reveal happen around the 40-minute mark. So, they adjusted the time to 9:41 a.m. to be as close as possible to the actual time the product would appear on the screen during the live presentation. It's that level of obsessive detail that defines Apple. Let's dig into some hidden features. Did you know iOS has a built-in document scanner? Just open the Notes app, create a new note, tap the camera icon, and select Scan Documents. It automatically detects the edges of the paper and gives you a perfect digital copy. Another cool one is the Back Tap feature. In your accessibility settings, you can set a double or triple tap on the back of your iPhone to trigger actions like taking a screenshot, opening the camera, or even running a custom shortcut. It's like having a secret button. And finally, let's talk about the evolution of Siri. When Siri was first introduced with the iPhone 4S in 2011, it was revolutionary. But here's a fun fact. Siri wasn't originally created by Apple. It was an independent app that Apple acquired in 2010. The original Siri could even integrate with a bunch of third-party services that Apple later removed. The journey of iOS is a story of constant innovation, bold changes, and an incredible attention to detail that has shaped the modern smartphone. What's your favorite iOS feature or memory? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the tech you use every day.